Hey, good morning. It's Sunday, January 26, 2020. In this video, I'm going to talk about lending. Um, I'm just going to go over to this browser here. We're going to talk about lending cryptocurrency. There are a lot of exchanges that are starting to do it. Some have been doing it for longer than others. And I've got two examples here of how to lend. It's pretty easy, actually. For a small percentage, you can gain percentages, I mean, by lending your money through the exchange for certain amounts that they're agreeing to give you. So, anyways, we'll look at Poloniex. This is the Poloniex exchange. I just recently signed up to this because I saw somebody using this and it was really easy to sign up. There was no waiting time or, within 30 minutes I was online. So it's that easy. So what you do is you go over to the lending. This is the main page once you're logged in. You go over to the lending tab or button and it's good. These are your available cryptos that you can of your options to lend, right? So for me, I like to lend USDT, a stable coin, right? For the one reason is because if you lend other non-stable coins, Ripple or Litecoin, Dash, Dodge, whatever, Bitcoin, and the coin drops in value, well, then your entire exercise of lending has just become null and void. So while you do gain percentages, if you're lending maybe in a volatile market, then it might be a little more risky because you could end up wasting your time anyways. So you're going to get different percentages, and that's over here, but I'll talk about that in a second. So with USDT, for example, it's a stable coin, so it's always about $1. So if you have a Bitcoin or whatever coin, you can convert it to USDT and then lend that as a stable coin, and you gain how much percent you put in over a certain amount of days. Okay, so but I am also lending Bitcoin right now because it's down. See, what happens is a lot of people know sometimes you make a buy on Bitcoin and the value drops, so you're just holding on to it because you don't want to sell it because then it's a big loss, right? So what do you do while you're holding on to it? You can lend it and make a percentage gain on it, and you can also compound that. So that's a good time to lend a non-stable coin, as if you're holding on to it. If you're holding on to a coin for whatever reason, and you're not doing anything with it, lend it. And in some cases, you can stake it as well, but that's a different topic we'll get into later on another video. But yeah, so for Poloniex, you go into the lending tab and then it shows you what you can lend. Okay, so when you're lending crypto, you're not really lending it peer to peer as per se that you're communicating with another person. You're doing it through the exchange, and the people that you're lending to are actually margin traders, right? So they have to put up a collateral of the same value in other crypto before they can borrow money from your lend. So, and the exchange takes care of all that, right? The only thing you want to be wary of is that the exchange just doesn't shut down on you in the middle of your business activities, right? There's a lot of good exchanges out there that have a good reputable leadership and all that good stuff, and they've been around a long time. So, you know, don't go with Joe's Exchange, discounted exchange, or something. But yeah, so here's your lending choices, and over here are what people are lending. This is the a list of people that are already lending, right? And like I said, I have USDT that I've lent out, and it's under my active loans, right? So right now, I'm in the middle of an active 2-day loan, and the amount I lent out was $526.80, 81 almost. So currently I've done 2 lends. This is my 3rd lend in a 2-day period. So my first lend was, like I said, 526.80, yeah. And then after 2 lends, I've already written this down or on another screen here. I've made 23 cents in 2 lending cycles. Okay, it's not a lot, really, is it? But it's compounded, right? So if you lend out an amount every 2 days, you compound that lend into your interest gain. So I started with $526, and I'm up to $527 with a 20 because of a 23 cent difference, positive. So, and that's just playing around with a little bit of money. I'm not doing anything too extravagant because this is the first time I've done this. Really, these first 2 lends. I'm on the 3rd one because I figured if I made 23 cents in something that took me, you know, only seconds, like a minute each to set up, then why not, right? If you can do this multiple times with multiple coins or whatever, you know, have fun, go nuts. But just remember, you know, that lending on a volatile coin might be useless to you, right? So right here is my active loans. Now I've only lent one portion of $527, right? But what happens is not everybody takes the full amount. They only take some of the amount that I have, right? So this should add up to about $526 or $27, right? I'm not going to go through the calculations, but that's how it works. So one person can take the entire lend on their margin trade, or there'll be several margin traders taking smaller lends from that amount that you provided, right? So when you first do your lend, it shows up here, and then it'll show up here. Maybe it'll last there 30 minutes, more or less, right? Depending on the activity going on and the coin and all that stuff, right? So how do you do the lend? You've got daily rate, the amount, duration, auto renew, and then you can click offer loan, right? So first of all, to put money into your lending area, you have to go to balances, transfer balances. So if you have a balance of something, whatever these coins might be, this list of coins, you can transfer an amount, right, of BTC from your exchange wallet area to a margin. I don't want to do margin because that's, you're lending to the people doing margin trades. Lending is much safer because margins you can lose. Lending you gain. And then you hit transfer, right? But I just put in my test amount of $526 or $7 there, just to see how it's working. So far it's working okay. I'm going to keep lending the amount. So anyways, I'll go back to my lending page here, and what have we got? Yeah, all these people borrowed from that pool of $527. So what you do is you put your daily rate, and this is the rate you challenge against. Okay, so the lowest right now, somebody's willing to lend $105, sorry, $105.69, rounded up. Annually at 5.4, but I think this is what it works out to daily. But this is the amount that you put in your daily rate here. So annually it works out to 5.4%, and the second guy is 1.49, the first guy is 1.48. So you could, if you want your lend to go quick, you could put, see that one just disappeared, so you could put 148, just disappeared, or you could put 149 somewhere around here, and see you've got other lends that go all the way to almost 0.5%, a third, right? So there you put your rate there. So let's see, I want to do, let's see, 0.156. I could do it there. And if I have $100 USDT Tether coin, you put the amount there that you have at that daily rate. Your duration, you could put whatever you want. However, I've been working with some people and listening to some other smart people in the crypto sphere, and 2 days is actually a pretty good turnaround time. So I like to keep it at that. It makes sense. It's a good quick turnaround time. It doesn't lock up your money for a long time, and you still gain a little bit, right? But here's the thing with auto renew. You might think that's good, and it could be good, but you should switch it off, because if you don't switch it off, it doesn't compound your balance. So after the lend, and you've got a few extra Satoshis or USDT or whatever the case may be, the auto renew doesn't include your added interest to your capital balance. So if you turn auto renew off, you basically start to compound your interest. So the next time you do a lend, a 2-day lend, it stops, and then that's it. It adds your new balance to the next lend. Okay, so I took a little pause there for a sec. So that's it. This lend that we have here, my active loan, I did last night. So it's for 2 days, and it'll be done Monday evening, I imagine, if it's a 48-hour commitment. It says 2 days, so that's what I'm going to assume. We'll see when that's released. But it does lock up your funds. You can't really undo this once you do it. But for 2 days, and like I said, if you're just holding on to your money, your Bitcoin or your coin, whatever it is anyways, and you're not trading it, and because it's gone sideways on you, why not do the lend, and compound it with, don't hit auto renew, right? That way it'll add your interest to your next loan, and then it just compounds and gets bigger and bigger, right? So if you do, I haven't figured out the math, but if anybody wants to do that, you can sort of see how that goes. But these rates change a lot. So you could go to, let's say, look at Ripple, for instance. This is really like not even worth it, right? Look at that rate. But there are some good ones though, with some high interest they change though. So what you see now could be different in an hour from now, or a day or two. You can lend some ether, and the rates aren't that good. On a yearly annual rate, 1.2, 0.5%. You could almost do as good as a bank, right? But Litecoin, no. Wow, look at Dash on Dasher. Look at that, 34 annual percent. That's crazy. That's something to do. So if you got like $100 and you want to sit on some Dash for a while and make 34% on it, I'm not providing. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I'm just saying it could be an idea. All right, I got a CYA. Cover your ass. Don't take my advice. I'm just saying what's available to you. You can make your own choices. Don't come crying to me. But you could see the different values and annual rates and percentages, and the amount that people are willing to lend. Like if you look at USDT, someone's lending $9,200. Someone here is lending $28,000 at an annual rate of 5.84% on a 2-day lend. That's not bad. Daily rate is that, and then you compound it, and you can do that consistently without putting the auto renew on. You always have to do this, make sure it's off and do it manually. So you might want to do that every 2 days in the morning before you go to work or something, set up your schedule. But it's a good little way to compound a bit of money and build up your coins while they're not doing anything, or use a stable coin. And so that's it for Poloniex under the lending thing. But I'm going to go over to the Binance exchange here, and we can look at Binance lending, because I did a bit here too. And here's the markets currently. It's January 26th. So here's all the markets are up, right? Look at that today for now. And let's go over to lending. So you got trade, basic, advanced, and all that. Earn. This is what you want to do. Once you're logged in, signed up, and verified and Binance-ified, you can get in here and look at that stuff. So staking, something they've got going on. We're going to talk about that on another video. Lending, though, we're going to just clickety-click on over to there, and there's a couple of lending options, and they are going to add some more coins and tokens to their lending as they progress. They've just recently started this. So I had some BNB and I had some Bitcoin that I'm waiting to, I'm just hanging on to it for a bit anyways. Waiting for that halving to come up in May. That's exciting. I'm doing some research on the future halving coming up. There might be some cool news on that. However, we're on to the lending thing here at Binance. So you can see they're lending USDT, BUSD, which I'm not sure. I haven't really checked that out. Looks like another stable coin. BNB is the Binance coin they use for trading. So if you use Binance, make sure you buy some BNB, because your trading fees are lower when you use the Binance coin, as opposed to, I guess it would be coming right out of your Bitcoin or USDT, I don't know. But use BNB because you pay a lot less in fees just by using their coin, right? I bought their coin one time, a long time ago, and I didn't even, actually, it went up so much. I bought like $20 and it's sitting around 180. So, and the fees are so low, it's just like pennies a glass, maybe not even. And so maybe a lot of you won't even understand that reference, pennies a glass, but That just proves my age. However, lending, USDT, BUSD, and BNB, and there's fixed deposits. There's two kinds of lending here on Binance: fixed deposits and flexible deposits. If you go under products, clickety click, see flexible and fixed. What's fixed? Fixed are locked in for a duration, as you can see, 30 days, 30 days, and so on. So some of these are already full, so you can't get in on those ones, but you can just hit the display available only, and I guess none of them were available. You got to really kind of get it at the right time, and I haven't got that yet, but because Binance just started doing this recently. However, I don't know. For here, it's not fully subscribed yet. The lend is over. I don't know exactly, but you can do flexible deposits and display available only, and there's a bunch. Okay, so these are flexible deposits. Like I said, I just had to take a quick break there for a second, put you on pause. So there, these ones are available. I hit display available only, and you can, if you've got any of these, BTC, BNB, BUSD, and USDT, you can put some of your coin or all of your coin in there if you're not doing anything with it, and gain a interest per thousand, as it says here, right? So let's go for an example. I've done Bitcoin. I put my Bitcoin balance in here already, but you can see we can go through the screen a little bit. The problem is the available BTC is nothing, because I have nothing. I just lent it all, which you can get the next day if you want. It's locked up for 24 hours. Okay, so I did this last night as well. So tomorrow at 7 p.m., 1900 hours, right? No big deal. I guess it was 2 days, I don't know what. But it's not a big deal to... Okay, there's not enough asset, obviously, right? But that's all you do. That's how you lend. And you could, if you have whatever, BNB, I did my BNB because I'm not making any trades right now, so I don't need any BNB to pay for any trading fees, right? And if I plan on making some trades and start watching a particular coin or market, I'm not going to renew this subscribe for lending, right? Because I'm going to need it, or at least I could put a little bit back into my BNB coin, and you know, just lend some, or whatever, a quarter of it, or 75%, and leave a quarter, whatever you want to do, right? Put it to work. That's the key, really. You're putting your crypto coins to work instead of just sitting there. And that's pretty much it for lending. Like I said, it's got flexible and fixed. I haven't been able to lock in anything for 30 days, and maybe I don't want to anyways, but you can see the annual rate. Like, if you have some ERD, I'm not sure what that is because there's so many tokens and coins out there now. It's like unbelievable. But 15%, you know, like that's, and if you redo that every 30 days, I'm thinking it's probably compounded, I would hope. That's quite a nice return, right? 15%. That's the highest so far. These ones are already done and subscribed, but apparently there's a lot of them. It just seems to be different for 28. Oh, these are the things, the days amount that they've been going for so far. Yeah, okay. But this is new, right? So right now I have all my assets locked up in lending, which is new. Usually they're sitting there doing nothing. And here is what I've got going on. So BNB, like I said, I put in, that's the Binance token coin that you can use, and you pay minimal fees, trading fees, when you use the Binance token coin. So that has nice value to it. So it's locked in for a couple of days or so, and estimated annual yield is 0.57%. And tomorrow this redeem button will be available to click at 1900 hours. And then Bitcoin here, locked in for a couple of days at 0.27% annual. So not too bad for sitting there doing nothing anyways. And I'll see what the outcome is and maybe roll it over and do it again. So that's it for lending. And I hope that was informative for you, my crypto friends. And I will see you again on the next one, which will hopefully be soon. And that will be about staking. And thanks. I'll see you again. Ciao.